I'm Arran, and I'm back again with another Ninjetti figure, or which is the Arrow Range one, or as Hasbro calls them, which I think is wrong. They call them Mmpr Ninja figures, or Mighty Morphin Ninja figures, which I think they should be called what they're actually called in the movie and in the show, which is Ninjetti Rangers. But anyway, onto the box. So here you see the figure in the front window here, which is absolutely fantastic. Coming around to the side, you see the Yellow Rangers part of their face and the Mmpr logo. Coming around to the back now, and you will see the effects piece on the hand, which is actually different to the JDF one. Out of all of them, JDF's is the biggest effects piece, and they're actually all the same colour as well. And coming around to the other side of the box, again you see the other side of the helmet. Head. Again, this is Aisha as well. This isn't Trini, because Trini wasn't in it here. She'd left by that point. But I think, again, fantastic figure. I haven't had her out of the box yet, but from what I could see, there's been no QC issues. But I'll find that out in a minute when I get her out of the box. By the way, this is the Tom Wayland artwork for the boxes. Now, he isn't doing the artwork for them anymore. It's someone new, because they changed the style of their boxes. But what has been announced recently, just before I get her out of the box, was they are going back to this style of packaging with the windows, because so many people have complained that they can't see whether their figure is missing bits, broken. So they're going back to the packaging with windows, and they're getting rid of the plastic-free packaging. Now, I couldn't quite understand what they meant here, but they are still kind of being good for the environment by using a different plastic, but I'm not sure what it actually is. But I wonder if Tom Wayland will come back working with them now they've gone back to this old style of boxes. He worked with them since Hasbro got the brand, which was in 2019, which Hasbro been doing some great stuff. But so here she is out of the box with her ninja face on. Again, this is Aisha. Love the design, love the diamonds on her arm cuffs. Looks fantastic. And there you see her from the back as well. You can see her kind of dangling tassel bit from the back of her scarf headpiece. And another thing I've just noticed, which you'll see a bit more when she turns around and faces you in a minute, is she actually has, unlike the JDF figure, she actually has a white belt on, whereas the one on the JDF figure was black. And again, she has the bear power coin on her chest, which again looks absolutely awesome. Pinless bodies, which is, I like. Although on some figures it does look a little bit ugly, but on these ones it doesn't actually look bad. And she I believe is a tiny bit smaller than the males, because she's a female obviously, but I could be wrong on that. So don't quote me on that. And the way they've done her kind of skirt kind of thing, it allows you to move her legs, get all the range of motion perfect and stuff. And from what I've seen from a friend of mine's video, these figures, because they've changed the way they've been done slightly, these figures can actually do the splits. Whereas on the early day figures, you know, like the original Mighty Morphin one she got from Hasbro, they can do it, or they can go so far and then you'd have to stop, otherwise you'd break the leg joint. So I said she can do the splits, and I just thought I'd show you. Now, we had to kind of improvise with the stand because of well, my stands are buried at the moment, so we kind of improvised. She can go lower than that, but it then becomes really difficult to keep her balanced, which is why we've done it like this. But again, this is the first figure that's ever been able to do this fully without a risk of breaking the figure. It just looks fantastic, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So here she is here's Aisha, aka Karen Ashley, with her civilian head on, which looks absolutely great. Now, I'll show you the back first. But there is something else I do want to say, but I'll show you the back of her hair first, because I love the way they've done her hair for this figure, because it looks like it is in the movie. So her hair just looks absolutely fantastic. Actually, just like her hair in the movie and in the show. And I believe she may have even had her hair a little bit like that in Once and Always. Possibly. I could be wrong on that. Now, coming around to the front, The head is okay. It doesn't look exactly like her. They've released one better, one recently with the Scorpina 2-pack, which looks a lot more like her than this one does. But this one does still look like her, but not as accurate as the one with the Scorpina 2-pack or the metallic armor one. But you can still tell it's her and it works, but it's not perfect. But like you say, you're trying to get a likeness of an actor in a plastic figurehead, which you're never going to nail perfectly on the first time. So, like I said, detail on her hair is fantastic. Detail on the gloves, and the boots, which you'll see a bit more in a minute when she comes around and faces the camera. Looks absolutely amazing. And what I said about the boots being two different colours, that wasn't right. It's just how it was in the box, the shadowing. Sorry guys, didn't mean to knock her over then. And so looks absolutely fantastic. Power coin is perfect on her chest, which is the bear, and she has you know what guys, I'm going to hold her for now. She has a classic saying in the movie, which is time to boogie with the bear, which is just a classic saying, an absolute classic. And funny thing is, she told me, because I spoke to her at PMC in 2014 when I went, she said that wasn't in the script. She just said one day they were they were reading their scripts to do the ADR, which is, well, those of you in the film industry will know what that is, but she just came up with that on the spot and they let her use it. And she actually, I don't know if she still does them, but she used to do t-shirts with that saying on, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, detail on her, fantastic, especially the hair. The fact that she can do the splits is phenomenal. Well, they can all do the splits actually, I think. And I was right, she is a tiny bit smaller than the male Rangers, because obviously she's female, but love her. Now, let's move on to the accessories. So, we are now on to the accessories. Now, I've done both heads, so I've got one more head to do. That sounds wrong. But what I'll show you first is this effects piece that goes on. This one actually goes on her hand. If you remember, I nearly dropped it. If you remember the back of the box, you will know this one goes on her hand. And there's the hole it goes into there. Again, I love the kind of iridescent kind of colour to this. It's quite a unique colour. I actually think with the Ninjetti figures, I actually think this is the first time from a Hasbro figure we've had this type of effect piece. And I'll go on to the hands. Again, I'm only going to show one hand because they're both the same. They're both karate chop hands. Well, we'll show them both actually, just really quickly. But they're both karate chop hands, which normally I would hate, but because they're ninjas, it kind of goes with it. It kind of works. So I'm okay with getting karate chop hands for this one because it works. And here's the other one, which the thumb actually might be slightly further in on this. But yeah, they've got the two karate chop hands and the effects piece that goes on the hands. Now, I'll show you the head. Now's not the time to lose the head, Arran. So here is Aisha's masked head, which again isn't bad. It doesn't look exactly like her, but it still looks like her, but not perfect. And like I said before, you're trying to get a civilian head on a plastic figure, which is never easy. But they have brought out two Aishas so far. One with the Scorpino 2-pack thing and the metallic armour. And if they bring out the Mmpr 1995 movie figures, like I think they're going to, you will get another Aisha civilian head for that as well. But yeah, looks fantastic and well worth it. And again, I'm going to say as well, make sure you warm things up before you do things, because these things are quite delicate and they can break quite easily. And this is kind of the head scarf bit that goes on before you put this masked head on to hide kind of the ball joint. Which again looks really great. I love the kind of creases in it, like it's being worn and stuff. One thing I will also point out is don't lose these, because if you lose them, your figure will just look weird because you'd see the ball joint. So make sure you don't lose these. And one other quick thing I will say is, it's about the hands actually. On my figure specifically, getting the hands out of the box and out of the kind of carton thing it was in, as it's known, or plastic casing, is a right pain in the backside, because they'd sunk them in too low. One thing in one hand in particular they'd sunk in too low, and it was a right pain in the arse to get out. In fact, we thought we were actually going to break it at one point. So be careful of that. Because you do not want to break these figures, because, like I've said in one of my other videos, I don't know whether you can get these anymore. Hasbro Pulse might still have them. Amazon, I'm not sure, because I haven't looked on there for a while. But there is a chance, and it's probably a high chance actually, that you may not be able to get these any longer, so please be careful of these. But yeah, it's the Yellow Ranger, absolutely love it. And like I said, Aisha's civilian head doesn't look exactly like her, but to me it's good enough. You can still tell it's her, but it's not perfect. As I said, they've released 2 other ones that are better, which is the one with the Scorpina in the Scorpina 2-pack, and the metallic armour one, which I don't think I've actually reviewed yet, so that they will be coming at some point. And also, if we get the Mmpr movie figures, I think we probably will get civilian heads for those as well. So yeah, that's thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.